Up, but only in contrast to where they've been, right? Like if they had this team to start the season, we wouldn't be talking about them in such uncertain terms, right? We would say, oh, they're not great. And yeah, their stars keep getting hurt, but you know what? LeBron and Anthony Davis, when healthy with a supporting cast, is really solid. They should have a respectable run in the playoff. If they had this roster since day one, instead of waiting so long to solve the Russell Westbrook problem and just digging in their heels, being stubborn about it, they cost themselves a lot of time and a lot of unnecessary pain and a lot of wins. They're way deeper in the standings than they should be if they had just addressed this last summer when they should have, or even in the fall. Anyway, they are trending up because they did make good moves at the trade deadline. That was an excellent trade deadline for the Lakers and for Rob Pelinka. In contrast to everything else that I just said before that. It's still the same question, right? When's LeBron going to be healthy? Can he stay healthy? Because is Anthony Davis going to stay healthy? Can they, get themselves into a good position to make a run this spring? But when you ask, trending up, trending down, I'm thinking beyond this season in all of these cases. And for the Lakers, it's kind of this, like, they're trending up because they could start now next season with this roster, but it's all very shaky, right? LeBron, when he's played this year, has been at an all NBA level. Can he do that again next season? And can he do it for more games next season? Can Anthony Davis do it next season? Are they re-signing D'Angelo Russell? Are they re-signing Rui Hachimura? Are they re-signing Dennis Schroeder? Like, what does this team look like next fall? So it's trending up only in contrast to where they were during the whatever the Russell Westbrook era, however we want to define that, the not making the playoffs with Russell Westbrook and almost screwing themselves for a second straight season. And I'm not blaming it all on him. It was a combination of everything, right? It's like that trade cost them all that depth, took them way too long to reload. They had the wrong guys around their stars. So it's like a mild trending up, potentially with a very small window before they fall off a cliff.
Yeah, it's never great when your two most important players are having foot issues both in the same year. Like that's never great. It's someone who broke his foot the week of his wedding last fall.
Oh, sorry to hear that.
Yeah, that's Howard. Good. Oh, what a time. What a time. And as someone who's just learned a lot about like I'm now like I have a sixth sense, Howard, where like I'll know when someone has a walking boot around me. I'll just point it out and my wife's like, there's no follow-up. Why are you telling me this? Where I'll look over, I'm like, walking boot. Like that's they broke their foot. Like it's a useless skill now that I can see. But like I look at it with LeBron, he's been shut down. We're probably not going to see him again until the play-in. That's one of those, I don't know how it gets better unless he gets shut down for the year. Like that's when you have to literally stay off. Like it's going to be just kind of, and you have to trust your foot as a player. Like you have to be like, I'm good to plant. I'm good to do this. Basketball's hard on your feet, running consistently. That's how I did it. Like I was an everyday runner for many, many, many years. And it finally got with me at the best possible time. The best possible time, Howard. And I don't know, man. I look at it like you, long term, past this year, I think they're trending down. I think this is still fighting the inevitable with Anthony Davis and being able to rely on him for the course of a full year and getting 100+ games out of him if you really want to make another deep NBA championship run. I don't see it. Like we're nearing the end. I think they're fighting the inevitable. And I even say that. I think when you agree, like their trade deadline was good. It was a lot better than I thought it was going to be. I think everything was good. I just don't think it's all going to work. I think this is all just fighting the inevitable.
Yeah, it may not. As I say, everything still depends. Like these are good players they got, right? Beasley, Vanderbilt, D'Angelo, they're good players, but they're good complementary players, and everything is still dependent upon whether LeBron James stays healthy and can keep playing at this level. And I think he can. Like he's defied all logic and physics by playing at this level as long as he has. But every season he misses 20 or 30 games, it seems. And so that's a lot to, that's a lot of what ifs to kind of bake into this. But yeah, that's why I say trending up, but trending up with a lot of concerns, and it may not, like the upward trend could end, any given day.
Do you know Anthony Davis has a lot of Blake Griffin in him? I watched him on Impractical Jokers this newest season. I was watching with my wife and I was like, Anthony has a fun personality. He's just a funny guy. Or I'm like, we don't see more of this. Blake Griffin's out about it. Like he seems like a really good hang. Anthony Davis, good hang. He has a post NBA career. Like whenever he wants to wrap it up, like he's funny. Anthony Davis can be funny. I didn't think he was that kind of guy, but he seems like a good hang.
Have not seen that.
You would enjoy it. He's good. Like he's really good at it.
Hey man, the guy came into the league mocking his own unibrow, so like he clearly had some kind of. I remember him being very quiet his early years in the league. He was kind of a low key, kind of shy dude. So maybe he's just just taking time with age and experience and feeling more comfortable in the league and everything. But like I think it's always a good sign if you're able to make fun of yourself like right out the gate, especially as like a guy who came stamped as a surefire superstar, and with all the pressure that's on you and all the ego and pride that goes with that, to be able to make fun of yourself on day one, I thought that was a good sign.
Who's the sneaky fun hang that you've covered that most people didn't know about? Lakers, Nets, Knicks. Who was it? You were like, this guy's probably fun. It has more personality than people understand.
Oh man, that's a really good. That's a great question. I had never really thought about it. You might have to come back to me on that one. I mean, like the one thing that I always like, I come back to, and this is reaching back a ways, but like if people were fans of the game during that Shaq Kobe era and they ever watched, especially if you weren't a fan of the Lakers, especially if you hated the Lakers, the guy you hated most probably was Rick Fox, because on the court, he was just, he was a provocateur. He'd get under guys' skin. If there was a fight, he was always going to be involved. If there was a flagrant, it was probably him. Just a pain in the ass on the court, but a great dude, really smart, really funny, very grounded off the court. And so that was the one that during that time would always shock people if they were like, oh, you cover the Lakers? Oh, what are they like? And then you like tell them like, oh, Rick Fox, yeah, great guy. And they'd be like, really? I hate that guy. Especially if they were like Kings fans.